All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Coach Ryan here. We are at the end of our week. We are streaming live on YouTube, and it is a good deal. So we're here, we're rolling, we're wrapping up the week strong. Always glad to be here, and hopefully I won't drop my phone anywhere. Okay, it's showing that we're live, and that is a good thing. I want to check and make sure audio is good really quick, because sometimes I wonder if I'm sitting here talking to myself and people are just watching for entertainment value, watching my mouth move. It's showing that we're live. Okay, cool. We're good. So watching my mouth move and no words are coming out. can't hear anything. Nothing is going on. I always hope that is not the case, because that would be embarrassing to say the least. But it is what it is, right? So we're checking here. Cool. All right, we're good. So we're going to be covering active recovery today. Say that 5 times fast. And in the thumbnail, if you saw the thumbnail, that is a foam roller. And darn it, I forgot to grab some of my other items that I meant to grab. One is within 5 feet of me, but I cannot reach through my printer and screen to get to it. But that's all right. We have a backup, so it'll work out just fine. Yeah. I put everything in my head. I sit down and get the live stream going, and I'm here and I don't have it. All right, well, it's all good. We'll make it work. You know what I could do is actually just go be simple and get it really quick. That's not a hard thing to do. We've got 15 minutes. All right, just a sec. Okay. And voila, we're back. Cool. Okay, so active recovery, very important topic that we're going to get into today. And one thing I'll say is that as far as training the body, the more intensity you have over time, or the longer you train, the more the body tends to tighten up, get stiff, get sore, and that can slow down your training progress. Running, strength training, anything that requires the muscles to move on a regular basis, that contracts the muscles over time, the body will get sore and stiff. We all know that. We've probably all experienced that. Even if you had a long work day that you weren't used to, soreness, stiffness probably crept in, probably felt it, woke up sore the next day. Okay, simple. Now, here's what I'll say about that. If you don't have, stretching is one thing, and stretching is very effective. However, it doesn't necessarily address breaking up the tightness in the muscle. When you stretch, it does not do that effect for you. It elongates the muscle, it gives you flexibility, but it doesn't give you what would be commonly used in the industry right now, pliability. The muscle's ability to fire when necessary. So you see a lot of people in my industry talking about pliability of the muscle, something different from flexibility. So that being said, if you've done a fitness plan before and you've done a week or two and noticed that you're getting exceedingly more like tight low back, quads, glutes, core, something, well, probably not core so much, but the typical ones are quads, glutes, low back, for example. If you notice you're just progressively getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and then starting to impair your process for training, then you need to do some deep tissue work. You need to do some myofascial release. You need to break that muscle up, allow some blood flow to start happening again. I mean, blood flow is occurring, but more. Work that out, and there's a good reason for that. Millions of studies out there. I probably should have pulled a couple up, but at the end of the day, absolutely required. And that's why the industry in myofascial release and deep tissue massage is exploding. You've probably seen the ads. I'm sure you have. This might even seem like an ad to you a little bit later, but there's a reason for it, and I'm coming today to share with you the reason why it's important, because you can impair your process, your growth, just your overall comfort even. So that being said, We've got a live stream via Zoom today because I'm going to be sharing my screen. But yes, just to get to the question at hand, if you're wondering why do I have a foam roller, it's probably becoming more apparent now. This particular device is what I started on. I had the larger version. I guess we had a spider earlier. I had the larger version of this one, so the diameter was bigger and the length was like out of screen. It was longer. It's in the closet, I think, right now. It's where I store it when we're not using it. Um, and that's what I started on, having absolutely no idea what was going to come my way when I got onto this thing. And I remember the day, I started on calves, hamstrings, and when I made that initial turn over onto my IT band, it wasn't long before my eyes were watering up. My brow, my forehead, my whole face was covered in sweat and pouring sweat because of how tight my IT band was. And when I flipped over again to my quad, how tight my quad was, I did not know anything regarding deep tissue massage, foam rolling, getting into those key muscles. And no wonder my knees hurt, so much when I would sit for long periods of time, especially on planes. I'm 6'4", and sitting in a plane in those chairs can be miserable enough being a taller individual. But doing so with really tight quad muscles, really tight ITs, really tight hamstrings, and having those all pull on the ligaments and joints in your knees, and just having your knees feel like you had like daggers going into your knees while you're on a flight for a couple hours. Not pleasant, not pleasant at all. And I'm in my mid 20s at this point, early 20s, even not mid 20s, early 20s to mid 20s, and just major discomfort, in great shape, working out regularly, sleeping generally well for the most part, um, taking care of myself, and just terrible knee pain. And I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was because I wore a backpack. It's funny. I haven't had that thought in my head for a long time. The reason why I thought my knees used to hurt was because I had to carry a heavy backpack, which it has some correlation, not necessarily a poor thought process, but I just realized now that I used to think all the time the reason why my knees hurt so much and it was even harder for me to play basketball in college is because I took around a heavy backpack. My physics book was literally this thick. That sucker was huge, over 30 chapters of physics in one book. That book had to be like 20 pounds by itself. My notebooks, my other books, God forbid, I had all my classes in one day or had to take all my books to the library. Um, Always had a heavy backpack in engineering, and I suspected whether I was walking or biking, it was because of that impact. Well, lo and behold, it was actually really, really tight quad and IT, a tight IT band, tight quads, tight glutes, tight the adductors, the abductors, so the medial inside of the legs, the outside of the legs, all those muscle groups were extremely tight and pulling on my knees all the time. Probably the calves in between the knee and the ankle too. Just a second. Uh-oh. I don't have a pause button when I do Zoom. Darn. I guess I won't sneeze. I'm just gonna hold it. Just gonna make my sneeze go away. Oh, I have a mute button. Duh. Anyway, if I need it, I'll use it. Pardon me. Okay. And so back to my story, long story short. And so I realized that it was the fact that I wasn't addressing the tightness, the tension in my muscles, not the flexibility, but my muscles were not pliable. They were dense, tight, rock hard, always stiff, couldn't really contract much more. Muscles couldn't fire like they needed to. That's because I didn't know about this. So, long story short, many years later, well, not years later, but a number of years later, if you've worked with me, whether in person or online, which majority of my clients or all my clients right now are online, whether private or group sessions, you know that I'm going to recommend to you or have recommended to you or have gotten you on some kind of either foam rolling device or VMT, which I really love, a vibration massage therapy device, particularly ones that I'll show you as well as in person, as well as sharing my screen. And I'll tell you this, the necessity of this tool is paramount. Again, runner, biker, any kind of cardio, long distance activity, strength trainer, whether it's kind of more on the CrossFit side, the strength training side, the just using resistance training to keep my body good side, wherever you fall on the spectrum of strength training, bands, bells, kettlebells, dumbbells, free weights, calisthenics. You're a isometric, you bartender, you like to just do everything from a bar, parallettes, whatever it may be that you do, stands, whatever it may be, power block, or not power blocks, but blocks. Um, Whatever it is that you may do on the resistance side, it is imperative that you do the muscle tissue recovery work. And it's active. I say it's specifically active because it does require your active energy, effort, and time to do the work. It is the cold side of the work of what we need to do on our bodies. The hot side is the workouts, the cardio and the resistance training, all that good stuff. It's kind of the hot side. This is the cool side, the other side of training that's equally as important. As the intensity in training and the volume in training and the duration of training goes up, your recovery time needs to be about equal. And as you get older and that intensity and training time goes down, which is fine, you probably actually need to do even more recovery than your training, because now the body starts to slow down as we get older, and so more recovery is needed so you can stay in the game longer. Okay, so I've given you some basics, some different things, some story. I try to give you guys a story if I can every day, and here we go. We're going to get into it. So on my side first, before I share my screen, one thing as far as VMT devices that are excellent is a vibrating massage therapy. So this is the Hypersphere Mini, which is very convenient. I've taken this on a plane with me. No issues whatsoever. In fact, that morning, inconveniently to me, although it was convenient to have this device, I had a very nasty kink in my neck that actually was connected to a very tight shoulder blade, believe it or not. So I had to work on the shoulder blade muscle groups before I could get into my neck. And I would say within 10 minutes before we had even taken off, I used this between myself and my chair on the plane, and unlocked my shoulder blade and had my neck about 50% unlocked from where it was using this. And you can see the size, very small in diameter, especially compared to its original make, the Hypersphere, the original, which comes in green too, pretty cool green color. And so they recently did the smaller size, which I thought was excellent. And this is very effective for big muscle groups. I think it's got a little bit more vibration to it as far as power. Ultimately, they both work very nicely, and it's a great tool. Okay, so those are those two. And then also one thing that I really like, and I've got the Hyperskin on it, is the Viper 2.0. This is very cool. So if I peel this back really quick, it's just the sleeve. This is a vibrating foam roller. So that's the actual hard, dense foam here, VMT. And this is excellent. I managed to get the blue one. Blue is my favorite color. This skin is great because it's a neoprene sleeve that gives you a little extra cushion, and it's got three settings on it as well. So one, actually, you put it towards the mic. 1, 2. And that vibration is quite effective. Love this. So vibrating foam roller. Think of it this way. When you get on a foam roller, it hurts, right? It really does hurt. You're getting into knots, all that tight, dense muscle, right? And you're rolling around, and it's really painful and miserable. The vibration and the 3 settings, 3 frequencies designed in these devices, all of them have 3, are designed to encourage blood flow, to actually get that muscle to fire, bring that blood flow, and also create a soothing effect. It's still going to hurt, but it's going to help reduce the pain relatively quickly. And on any of these devices, it's been found that you can spend 90 minutes on a foam roller or only 10 minutes on one of these and get the exact same results. Would you like to spend 90 minutes on a foam roller to get where you need to go, or only 10 minutes to go where you need to go? Another question for you, another thought. And now if we go ahead and switch over to what I was going to share on my screen. Well, whoops, I don't want that. I want to share. There we go. Oh, yep, here's the Facebook page. Just a quick recap here. Project Fresh. Come check us out. It's facebook.com/elevate your fresh. Here is the company. They happen to be doing a holiday sale right now, which is cool. I think even with that, I'll speak to that in a second. But they have a lot of really cool devices that are available. And here's your Hypersphere Mini. There's your Viper 2.0. One thing that has really been nice too, that's a part of our arsenal. I don't have it here on me, but the Hypervolt is very, very excellent. I think the original model. They may still have a few of these left. So if you guys are looking for a really great discount on one of these right now, much bigger than this, I can get you guys hooked up for one. If I haven't said so already, I'm an authorized reseller of Hyperice, and it has absolutely been a pleasure to work with this company for so many different reasons. You may see this and it may look familiar to you because the NBA uses them, they're partnered with them, and so you'll see the athletes on the bench using their products. Something that's brand new, and I'm quite excited that I actually hadn't even seen this yet, is just seeing it here on the website today, is their Hypervolt Go, which looks like it is their very convenient, very light, and 30% smaller than the original percussion therapy device that you can take with you on the go. And what's nice about these guys is they're all about convenience. It looks like they even have the different adapters which are available. So this is geared towards going overseas. An original plug-in for the United States, but they have different plug-in types for different countries, which is excellent. And there you go. You can see the difference. This is kind of like their original model, but now they're integrating Bluetooth in it with an app where the app tells you, hey, I just ran 3 miles. The app's going to tell you, all right, here are the muscle groups and the amount of therapy we recommend to do, which is a very cool tool. Of course, I can do that as well as a coach and trainer. A lot of different applicators, which are really great, all the way from the dense foam or dense rubber to the fork to the flat and even the pinpoint trigger point. All really great applicators and so much more. And I don't need me to necessarily get too much into product details, but what I do want to say is that this is something that I offer as far as coaching, and in addition to offering the actual product at great discount and free shipping, so you guys know, and get you guys an excellent discount, even more so than once showed online. Being an authorized reseller, I have that flexibility to give a little bit more than what you see on their website, which is a lot of fun. I love doing that for my clients. I also will do programming. So right now, this is a lower body myofascial release and energy boost. And I'm talking about the importance of working on the legs right now. As you can see, I've got the Viper 2.0. I've got the Mini and the big Hypersphere there. And I'm just detailing the importance of utilizing each of those. And this is a particular training that I designed for a few clients that I've opened up to all my clients. And so I'm getting into the rolling there. The contrast is not the best, I realize. So I'll probably need to keep that in mind for future production. But you can see I'm working through the peroneal muscles between my knee and ankle on that lateral side of my leg, the outside of my leg, just working on that area, which is key muscle group. And ultimately, the goal here again is I'm not here to sell you guys something. I'm here to provide a tool, provide a process, provide accountability, provide support so that you guys can move about life comfortably. So you guys can experience life at a greater quality, elevate your lifestyle. And one of the things that's absolutely important in your lifestyle is active recovery. Now, what if you say this, Ryan, I'm not exercising, I'm not doing anything at all. Are you sitting in a chair at least 4 days a week or 4 hours out of the day, as I am now, commuting, working, watching TV, reading, whatever it is you may be studying, whatever it may be? Do you experience stress that manifests itself physiologically into the body? For example, are your shoulders tight? Do you get soreness in your low back? Are your quads or hip flexors tight, which most likely they are if you sit on a regular occasion? Do you store tension somewhere in your body on a regular basis? Okay, so I asked you a number of questions. Do you drive or sit or whatever? Well, let's just say you do sit for long periods of time. Do you have stress that manifests itself in this body, in your body? on a regular basis. My stress stores in my shoulders. Do you experience from time to time weird aches and pains that come out of nowhere? Do you sleep weird? Or do you sleep in a way that when you wake up, you feel like your whole body is stiff? Do you get nasty migraines or kinks in your neck? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, the myofascial release is important for you. Can you afford to go and get a massage every week? If so, great, do so. I encourage it. In fact, get a sports massage or a myofascial release massage because that will really help for relieving that tension. But if you don't, and you're looking for something that can provide you that same thing, that same effect and more than a massage would give you, it will only cost you one time. You need to get something like this. And I can get it for you. And I can also send it to you for free. We'll get you set up. We'll get you a discount and we'll get you going. So I do this because I want to share with you guys what we have available and the what do I say, the large package. It's not just our service and coaching, addressing lifestyle. It's also some of the products that we have. We've got nutrition, we've got myofascial release. Obviously, we've got our programming as far as our fitness is concerned. There's so much available that we have to help you really dial in your fitness, your nutrition, overall lifestyle. So with that being said, this is Ryan with Project Fresh. I want to give you guys something practical today. I like to do something on Fridays that is ultimately practical. And I felt like today addressing stress, addressing tension in the body was good. And you can feel the stress from a stressful day. Politics, work, and the tensions that we're all experiencing, racial tensions, economic tensions, just everything else that's going on, the COVID, sheltered in place tensions that we're experiencing, relationships, all the different places that are external stressors that can manifest, we can manifest into ourselves based on how we respond to those stressors. Internal stress, that manifests itself physiologically into the body and we carry it. A book actually that was just recommended to me by my cousin was your body keeps count. It's dealing with trauma and it's talking about how the body physiologically keeps count of the trauma that we can incur in life, that we can experience unfortunately in life. And long story short, we'll carry that, physically carry it. So here are some tools that you can utilize other than the techniques you may be using right now to relieve your body and your stress. All right, that's it. Ryan Sanders with Project Fresh. I hope you guys have a phenomenal week. It's Friday, so that means The Mandalorian is on a new episode, I believe, hopefully. Last week's was really cool. If you guys are staying track, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just give you a nerdy side here really quick. Into Mandalorian. Here, I'll throw another one at you. Into Pokemon cards again. Some almost 25 years later. I can't believe it's been 25 years since those came out. So some pastime fun. You got to have fun. Whatever your flavor is, hey, I'm not mad at you. Hopefully you don't have anything up with mine. If you do, I don't care anyway because it's me. It's me and my wife. We're cool with it. So I'm gonna go make some chicken pasta, watch some Mandalorian, have a chill weekend. Hope you guys do the same. Always a pleasure. We'll see you next time. Take care.